The chandelier dripped light over the dining table, its crystals winking like stars I'd paid for with my own silent empire. I'm Daisy, 41, standing in the kitchen of our Portland home, stirring a pot of saffron-scented risotto while the air hums with the clatter of forks and the weight of their assumptions. My husband, Viktor, lounges at the head of the table, his voice booming over the chatter like a king holding court. His family, sister Ingrid, mother Freja, father Torin, nod along, their laughter a rehearsed chorus to his performance. Tonight's his stage, and I'm the prop, the quiet wife in the background, stirring the pot while they sip wine I bought with money they'll never trace. Daisy's a gem, Viktor says, slicing into the lamb I roasted for hours, his tone dripping with condescension. Keeps the house running while I keep us rich. Ingrid smirks, her wine glass tilting in her manicured hand, the ruby liquid catching the light. Lucky you, Vic. She's good at the little things, cooking, cleaning, you know. Her voice is sharp, a needle meant to prick, and I feel it, though I don't let it show. I smile, soft and pliant, the way they like me, quiet, harmless, the perfect backdrop to their golden boy. They don't know. I'm the CEO of Pinnacle Trust, Portland's biggest bank, pulling strings they can't even see while they sip my wine and eat my food. Viktor thinks I'm a teller, a cute little job he brags about to make himself look generous. 6 years I've played this role, meek, unassuming Daisy, watching him strut like a peacock while I built an empire in the shadows. Freja pats my hand as I set a plate before her, her rings cold against my skin, her smile a mix of pity and superiority. You're a sweet girl, Daisy. Leave the big stuff to Vic, he's always been the brains. Her voice is syrupy, but the undertone is clear. I'm the help, not the head. Sure, I say, refilling her glass with a steady hand, my voice as smooth as velvet. Inside, I tally their slights, Ingrid snickers, Torin's grunts, Viktor's swagger. They see a shadow, I'm a storm brewing beneath their noses. I've endured their dismissive glances for years, their assumptions that I'm nothing more than a housewife with a little job at the bank. They don't know I've signed deals worth millions, that I've built Pinnacle from a startup to a financial titan while they've been busy clapping for Viktor's every move. Viktor grins, his teeth flashing, smug as ever. Closed a deal today, $500,000 in the bank. Daisy wouldn't get it. Numbers aren't her thing. They roar with laughter, the sound bouncing off the high ceilings of the dining room I designed, the house I paid for with my own earnings. I stir the risotto, the wooden spoon scraping the pot, and murmur, "Wouldn't I?" My voice is so soft they don't even hear it over their own noise. They're oblivious to the truth. I've tracked his calls, his late nights, the secret account he thinks I don't know about. $500,000? That's pocket change to me. My personal accounts hold 10 times that, and he's too blind to see it. Torin chuckles, his deep voice rumbling as he chews. Stick to cooking, lass. Numbers aren't your game. Women like you are better at domestic things. His words are a slap, but I've heard worse from him over the years. Always the same tune, always the same assumption that I'm less, that I'm small. I nod, plating the lamb with precision, their blindness my shield. Pinnacle is my empire, built from late nights, spreadsheets, and deals they'd never understand. Viktor's secret account? I found it last week, offshore, sloppy, tied to a mistress named Lena. He thinks he's the king of this castle. I hold the crown, and I'm about to take it back. Ingrid leans in, her eyes glinting with sly amusement. Daisy, you still at that bank? Filing papers, answering phones? Something like that, I say, my smile unwavering as I set the platter down. They cackle, a symphony of scorn, their laughter a familiar sting I've learned to use as fuel. I've built this life, house, wealth, power, while they pat his back and ignore me. Tomorrow I'll pull the thread, unravel him, and show them who I really am. Viktor winks at me, his grin lazy. Keep the risotto coming, love. You're good at that. Of course, I say, my pulse steady, my mask firmly in place. They don't see the files I've locked away, the moves I've planned, the storm I've been brewing for years. Their dinner's warm, my revenge is cold, and it's coming faster than they can imagine. I whisper to the steam rising from the pot, enjoy it while it lasts. The facade holds, but not for long. I've played their game for 6 years, and now it's my turn to change the rules. The tablecloth catches a spill from Viktor's glass, the red wine blooming like a warning across the crisp white linen, a stain I'll have to scrub out later, or maybe I won't. He's mid-story, his voice a brassy trumpet as he recounts some deal, some triumph, his hands gesturing wildly while I clear the plates, their eyes sliding past me as if I'm part of the furniture. Freja sips her wine, her silver hair glinting under the chandelier, her smile smug and self-assured. "Viktor's our rock," she says, her voice thick with pride, her gaze fixed on her golden son. "Always has been, always will be." "Always," I echo softly, stacking the porcelain plates with a careful clink, my hands steady despite the storm brewing inside me. They don't hear the edge in my voice, the sharp undercurrent of resentment that's been building for years. Years of their daisies simple. Viktor's the brain comments, years of being dismissed as the quiet wife who couldn't possibly understand their world. I've let them think it, worn this mask since our wedding day, a carefully crafted disguise of meekness and compliance. Pinnacle Trust, my creation, my empire, thrives in the shadows they'll never see, a financial titan I built while they've been busy praising Viktor's every move. Ingrid giggles, her laugh sharp and cutting, a sound that grates against my nerves like nails on a chalkboard. "Daisy, you must love being his cheerleader," she says, her tone dripping with mockery as she twirls a strand of her blonde hair around her finger. "I mean, what else would you do? You're not exactly ambitious." Her words are a jab meant to sting, and they do, but not in the way she thinks. I've heard variations of this for years. Her snide remarks at family gatherings, her backhanded compliments about my cute little job at the bank. She doesn't know I'm the CEO of Pinnacle, that I've signed deals worth millions while she's been sipping cocktails and gossiping about me. "Something like that," I say, wiping my hands on a dish towel, my voice as soft as ever, my mask firmly in place. Inside I burn, Viktor's secret account, $500,000 siphoned off, a mistress named Lena. I found it in Pinnacle's system last week. CEO perks give me access to everything, even the offshore accounts he thought he could hide. He thinks I'm clueless, that I'm too busy folding laundry to notice his late nights and business trips. But I've tracked every cent, every call, every text. 6 months of evidence, a ledger of betrayal I've been keeping in silence. Torin grunts, his mouth full of lamb as he chews noisily, his broad shoulders hunched over the table. "Women like you, Daisy, home's your place. Leave the money to us men. We know how to handle it." His words are a slap, a dismissal I've heard 100 times from him. Always the same patriarchal nonsense, always the assumption that I'm less, that I'm incapable. He doesn't know I've moved billions through Pinnacle, that I've negotiated with tycoons while he's been napping in his recliner. I nod, silent, their words fuel for the fire I've been stoking for years. 6 years, meek Daisy, cooking Daisy, while I built an empire they can't even fathom. Viktor's calls to Lena, his meetings that stretch into the early hours. I've logged them all, a meticulous record of his infidelity and theft. His family's scorn, Ingrid's sneers, Freja's pity, Torin's grunts, piles up like coal in my chest, ready to ignite. Viktor stretches, his grin sloppy with wine, his tie loosened as he leans back in his chair. "Big win today, folks. $500,000 in the bank. Daisy wouldn't know a stock from a sock." They roar with laughter, the sound echoing off the walls of the dining room I paid for, the house I built with my own earnings. I smile, small and demure, the perfect little wife they expect. I know stocks, millions of dollars worth, all mine. His account is a pebble compared to the mountain I've built, and he's too blind to see it. Last night I traced it, offshore, Cayman Islands, amateur work. Tomorrow I'll crack it wide open, expose him for the fraud he is. Freja sighs, her tone fond as she gazes at Viktor. You're lucky, Vic. She's no trouble at all. No trouble, I say, pouring water into her glass, my mask tight, my movements deliberate. Trouble's coming. They don't see the storm I've been brewing for years. I've built this house-life empire while they crowned him king. His betrayal, Lena the cash, is my lever, their blindness is my blade. Tomorrow I'll use both to bring them down. I mutter to the sink as I rinse a plate. Sleep well, all of you. Crack in my mask is widening, and tomorrow it'll shatter completely. They've underestimated me for the last time. Kitchen hums softly, the dishwasher churning through its cycle as the faint clatter of glasses echoes from the dining room where they linger, their voices thick with wine and self-satisfaction. I sit at the counter, a marble slab I chose for this house I paid for, my laptop open to Pinnacle's secure server. The screen glows with Viktor's secret account, $523,417, stashed in the Cayman Islands, tied to Lena's name in a sloppy attempt at discretion. I'm Daisy, their shadow, their simple wife, but here in this quiet moment I'm a queen, CEO of Pinnacle Trust, unseen by the fools laughing just beyond the doorway. Viktor's laugh cuts through the air, a brassy bark that grates against my nerves as he launches into another tale of his supposed brilliance, another crown he places on his own head. I've tracked him for 6 months, late-night calls, meetings that stretch into dawn, texts to Lena that he thinks I'll never see. Last week, I hacked his phone. CEO privileges give me access to tools he can't even dream of. The messages are damning. Daisy's none the wiser. We'll be set soon, baby. He's wrong. I've built Pinnacle from the ground up. Nights spent poring over spreadsheets, days negotiating with tycoons, while he's been playing king in a kingdom that's actually mine. Freja's voice drifts in, warm with maternal pride. She's a good wife, Vic, simple, steady, the kind you need to keep you grounded. Her words are meant as a compliment, but they sting like a slap, a reminder of the box they've put me in for years. Simple. I smile, cold and private, my fingers flying across the keyboard as I pull up transfer logs, timestamps, every move he's made with that account. His family's scorn, Ingrid's jabs, Torin's grunts, Freja's pity, piles up like coal in my chest, a silent ledger I've been keeping for 6 years. I've let it build, played the part of the meek wife, cooked their meals, nodded at their insults, all while Pinnacle grew into a financial titan under my command. Ingrid calls out, her voice sharp and demanding. Daisy, more wine? We're running low out here. Coming, I say, my tone soft as I close the screen with a click, the evidence locked away for tomorrow. I grab a bottle of Pinot Noir, $200 my choice, my money, and walk back to the dining room, their eyes blank as I pour. They don't see the billions I've moved through Pinnacle, the deals I've signed while they've been sipping my wine and eating my food. Viktor's account? I'll freeze it by morning, expose it by noon. His mistress, Lena? She's a footnote in the story of his downfall. They'll choke on their blindness, and I'll be the one to serve it to them. Torin mutters, his voice a low rumble as he wipes his mouth with a napkin. Vic's the man, keeps us proud, always has. Proud, I echo, setting the bottle down with a gentle clink, my movements deliberate, my mask firmly in place. Proud of a thief, a liar, a man who's been siphoning money from the company I built. I've built this house empire life while they've clapped for him, blind to the truth. His $500,000 is a speck compared to the millions I've managed, the deals I've closed. Last night I prepped everything, lawyers on standby, the board alerted, ready to move at my command. Viktor grins, his face flushed with wine, his tie loosened as he leans back in his chair. Daisy's my rock, my little rock, keeping things cozy while I make the big moves. I nod, my ledger ticking in my mind. His words, their laughs, every slight they've thrown my way over the years. I've endured it all, meek, mute, the perfect little wife, while Pinnacle soared under my leadership. Tomorrow I'll pull the string. His account, his lies, all of it out in the open. They'll see me not as their doll, but as the woman who's been running the show all along. Freja pats my arm, her touch light but her tone heavy with pity. You're fine as you are, dear. Don't worry about the big things. Thanks, I say, my voice steel beneath silk, my smile a mask I've perfected. Fine. I'll rewrite their story, my pen, my rules, my victory. They've underestimated me for years, but tomorrow they'll learn what fine really means. I whisper to the dark kitchen as I return to my seat. Count every word, every laugh. The ledger's full tomorrow, I cash it in and they'll pay dearly for their blindness. The bedroom is cloaked in stillness, the only sound Viktor's snoring beside me, his breath sour with the wine he drank at dinner, his chest rising and falling in the smug rhythm of triumph. I lie still, my eyes tracing the shadows on the ceiling. 3 a.m., my mind a sharpened blade, cutting through the darkness with precision. Pinnacle's board meets at 9, my lawyers are on standby at 10. His account, $523,417, sits frozen in the Cayman Islands, my order executed last night through Pinnacle's secure system. I'm Daisy, their fool, their simple wife, but today I'm fire, ready to burn their illusions to the ground. His phone buzzes on the nightstand. Lena, 2:47 a.m. Miss you, baby. When's the next trip? I smirk, the darkness hiding the cold curve of my lips. 6 years, meek Daisy, cooking Daisy, the wife who wouldn't get his deals, while I built Pinnacle into a financial empire. He thinks he's the king of this house, this life. I've pulled the rug out from under him and he doesn't even know it yet. His family, Freja's pitying smiles, Ingrid's sneers, Torin's dismissive grunts, fuels the fire I've been stoking for years. They'll wake to ruin and I'll be the one holding the match. I slip out of bed, my bare feet silent on the hardwood floor, and pad to the study down the hall. The laptop glows as I open it, my fingers moving with practiced ease. Emails sent, board alerted, subject line. Urgent, fraud in executive ranks. Viktor's account is mine to crack. Pinnacle's system is my system, and I've been watching his every move. He's bragged about his $500,000 deal, thinking I'm too simple to understand, but I've known for weeks. That money? It's tied to Pinnacle, rerouted through deals I orchestrated. He's a thief, stealing from my empire, and I'm the vault he'll never crack. Freja's voice haunts me as I work. Simple Daisy, leave the big stuff to Vic. I've let that label stick, played small for years, dinners, nods, smiles, while Pinnacle grew under my command. His betrayal, Lena the cash, cuts deep, a wound I've turned into a weapon. Their blindness burns hotter, a fire I've fed with every slight, every laugh. I've built this house, life, empire, while they crowned him king, oblivious to the queen in their midst. Now I'll crown myself, and they'll bow whether they like it or not. Viktor stirs in the bedroom, his voice groggy as he mumbles, Deus? Where are you? Sleep, I call back softly, slipping back into the room, my movements smooth and deliberate. He flops back onto the pillow, clueless, his snores resuming within seconds. His deal, the $500,000 he's been crowing about, was Pinnacle's, a contract I secured and he siphoned. He's a fraud, a thief, and I've been watching, waiting, planning. 6 years I've kept my ledger, every slight, every lie, every betrayal tallied in my mind. Today that ledger gets paid in full and I'll be the one collecting. Ingrid's laugh echoes in my memory. Basic Daisy, so cute. I've signed deals she'd faint at, millions, billions, all mine. His account? It'll be drained by noon, exposed by dusk, and he'll have nothing left to show for his betrayal. They'll see too late that I've been the one in control all along. I've endured their jabs, their lies, their assumptions, Torin's grunts, Viktor's patronizing pats, while I ruled Pinnacle from the shadows. Now the dawn is here and I'm ready to step into the light. Clock ticks, 4 a.m., the sky outside just beginning to lighten with the first hints of dawn. I stand at the window, watching the horizon shift from black to gray, my reflection faint in the glass. I whisper to the quiet, it's time. Dawn breaks, and with it I'll break them. Their king will fall. I'll rise, crowned in the truth they never saw coming. The boardroom smells of polished leather and fresh coffee, the morning light streaming through Pinnacle's floor-to-ceiling windows, casting Portland's skyline in a golden glow. I sit at the head of the long mahogany table, Daisy 41 CEO, my suit crisp, a tailored navy blazer that hugs my frame, my hair pinned back in a sleek bun, no trace of their simple wife in the woman who commands this room. Viktor's in a meeting downtown, no doubt bragging to his cronies, blind to the storm I've unleashed. It's 9 a.m. and the board members shuffle in, gray suits, tight nods, their faces a mix of curiosity and tension. They know something's coming. I've prepped them for this moment. Fraud, I say, my voice steel, cutting through the murmurs as I slide a stack of files across the table. Viktor's account, $523,417, Lena's name in bold. My husband, your VP, has been siphoning funds from Pinnacle for months. Gasps ripple through the room. Elliot, the board chair, adjusts his tie, his brow furrowing as he leans forward. Daisy, you're sure of this? These are serious allegations. Certain, I say, my tone unwavering as I click a remote, the screen behind me flashing to life, transfers, timestamps, texts between Viktor and Lena all laid bare. 6 years I've watched him, built this company while he stole from it. He thought I was just a teller, too simple to notice. He was wrong. They stare, their eyes wide, the myth of meek Daisy shattering before them. I've run Pinnacle, nights spent poring over financial models, days negotiating with global investors, while he played king in a kingdom that's always been mine. His family, Freja's pitying smiles, Ingrid's sneers, Torin's dismissive grunts, has scorned me for years, and he's betrayed me with a mistress and stolen funds. Today I cut, silent, sharp, a blade honed by years of their blindness. Elliot nods, his expression grim as he flips through the files, his fingers tracing the damning evidence. Termination, legal action? What's your recommendation, Daisy? Both, I say, my voice steady, my gaze sweeping the room. Freeze his assets immediately, expose him publicly, and file charges for fraud and embezzlement. He's done. My phone buzzes on the table. Viktor, a text. Big day, love. Dinner's on me tonight. I smile, cold and private, the irony bitter on my tongue. Dinner's mine. He's done, and he doesn't even know it yet. 6 years, cooking their meals, nodding at their insults, playing the part of the perfect little wife, while I ruled Pinnacle from the shadows. His account is dust by now. His reign is ash, and I'm the one who lit the fire. Ingrid's sneer from last night, cute job, Daisy, burns in my memory. I've moved billions through Pinnacle. She'll choke on her words when she learns the truth. Freja's pity, sweet girl, leave the big stuff to Vic, rots in my chest. I've built this empire, every deal, every dollar, while they clapped for him, blind to the woman who's been running the show. Now the blade falls. Pinnacle is mine, not his, and I'll make sure they all know it. Elliot signs the termination order, his pen scratching across the page, then looks up with a nod. Done, Daisy. He's out, effective immediately. We'll handle the legal side. Good, I say, rising from my chair, my heels clicking on the polished floor as I gather my files. Their blindness, his lies, their assumptions, ends here. I've waited for this moment, my ledger full, my mask off. Today I'm seen CEO, not shadow, the woman who's been pulling the strings all along. I whisper to the glass wall as I look out over the city. Fall, Viktor! The blade is mine, they'll feel its edge, and they'll never forget it. The office hums with the quiet efficiency of Pinnacle's daily operations, my desk a fortress of glass and steel, files neatly stacked, screens glowing with market data, the pulse of my empire beating steadily under my command. Viktor's been fired, 11 a.m., HR's call, a curt "you're out" delivered while he was mid-sentence in some downtown meeting. I picture his face, shock, red, his jaw dropping as his world crumbles, and I sip my tea calm, the porcelain cup warm against my palms. His accounts drained, $523, 417 rerouted back to Pinnacle, my order executed with a few clicks this morning. I'm Daisy, their fool, their simple wife, but now I'm their end, the architect of their collapse. My phone rings, the screen lighting up with Viktor's name, his number flashing like a warning. I answer, my voice cool, a blade wrapped in silk. Yes. Daisy, what the hell is this? He shouts, his voice cracked, raw with panic. I've been fired. My accounts are frozen. What did you do? Surprise, I say, my tone icy, my words deliberate. Your secret's out, Lena, the $500,000 you siphoned. I know everything. Lena, he stammers, his breath hitching, a desperate edge creeping into his voice. I didn't, Daisy, you've got it wrong. You did, I cut in, my voice sharp, slicing through his lies. I'm the CEO, Vic. Pinnacle's mine, always has been. You stole from me. Silence stretches, heavy and suffocating, then a choked sob breaks through. CEO? You're a teller, you can't be. No, I say, my voice steady, my gaze fixed on the city skyline beyond my window. 6 years I built this company, you stole from it, betrayed me. Now you're out, jobless, broke, done. I hang up, his collapse a sweet melody in my ears, king to beggar in a single morning. Freja's words, simple Daisy, leave the big stuff to Vic, crumble in my mind, dust beneath my heels. Ingrid sneers, basic Daisy, so cute, turn to ash. I've run Pinnacle, deals closed in the dead of night, billions moved while they slept, while they laughed at me, blind to the truth. His betrayal, Lena the cash, lit the fuse, their scorn stoked the fire. Now he falls and I'm the one who pushed him. Torin's grunt from last night, leave money to us men, echoes a bitter memory that fuels my resolve. I've banked millions, billions, while he's been napping in his recliner, oblivious to the woman who's been running the show. Viktor's call, his desk cleared, his badge confiscated, his career in ruins, rings in my ears like a victory march. I've built this house empire life while they crowned him king, ignoring the queen in their midst. Now he's nothing, my call, my cut, my victory. Ingrid texts, her message frantic. Vic's a mess, what's happening? Why's he fired? I type back, my fingers steady. Ask him about Lena. Or me, CEO of Pinnacle. Your basic Daisy did this. No reply comes and I smile, cold and private. Good. Let her stew in the wreckage of her assumptions. Their collapse, his lies, their blindness, unfolds like a symphony I've composed over years. I've built this house empire life while they clapped for him, blind to the truth. 6 years, meek Daisy, silent Daisy, my ledger full, my mask tight. Today it pays in full and I'm the one collecting. Freja calls, her voice shrill, trembling with panic. Daisy, fix this, Vic's ruined. You can't do this to us. No, I say, my tone ice cold, my words deliberate. He ruined himself, I just watched. You all did. I hang up, their world cracking like brittle glass. I've cracked it and I feel no remorse. Their collapse is mine to savor, a victory I've earned through years of silence and strategy. I mutter to the empty office. Collapse, all of you. The call is mine, they're done, and I'm just beginning. The dining room is cloaked in darkness, the curtains drawn tight. My house, my rules, my battlefield. Viktor storms through the front door, his tie loose, his eyes wild with desperation. Freja, Ingrid, and Torin trailing behind him like a frantic pack of wolves, their faces a mix of shock and fury. I sit at the table, a steaming mug of tea in my hands, Daisy the shadow now transformed into steel, CEO, unbowed, untouchable. His collapse, fired, broke, exposed, has landed here in the heart of the home I built, and this is their reckoning. Daisy, Viktor shouts, his voice hoarse, his hands trembling as he points at me. Undo this right now! CEO, bullshit. You can't do this to me. No bullshit, I say, my voice calm, a quiet storm as I slide a stack of files across the table. Pinnacle's logo emblazoned on the cover, my name in bold, Daisy CEO. 6 years I built this company, you stole from it, betrayed me. Now you're out. Freja gasps, clutching her pearls, her face pale as she stumbles into a chair. You? A teller, you can't be the CEO. CEO, I cut in, my voice ice cold, my gaze steady as I meet her eyes. Your simple Daisy runs Portland's biggest bank. I've been running it all along. Ingrid stares, her mouth agape, her blonde hair falling into her face as she shakes her head in disbelief. You lied to us? All this time? No, I say, my tone sharp, my words deliberate. You assumed, laughed, sneered, dismissed me. I let you and I watched. Torin growls, his broad frame looming as he slams a fist on the table, the wood shuddering under the impact. Viktor's the breadwinner. He's always been the one keeping this family afloat. Was, I say, my voice steady as I tap the screen of my tablet, the glow illuminating their chat logs. Daisy's simple, she's basic, and Viktor's text to Lena all laid bare. He's out, fired, broke, exposed. You're all out of excuses. Viktor lunges toward me, his face red with rage, but I sidestep smoothly, calm, steady, untouchable. You betrayed me, Lena, the money. I watched and I waited. Freja sobs, her hands trembling as she clutches her chest. Fix it, Daisy. He's our boy. You can't ruin him like this. Ruin? I laugh, the sound sharp, cutting through the air like a blade. You ruined me, your jabs, your pity, your lies. I built this company house life while you clapped for him, blind to me. Ingrid stammers, her voice shaking, her eyes wide with panic. We didn't know, we thought you were just… You didn't look, I say, my voice steel, my gaze sweeping over them. 6 years, meek Daisy cooking Daisy while I ruled Pinnacle. It's mine, he's out, and so are your illusions. Torin slams the table again, his face purple with rage. You're cruel, Daisy, heartless. No, I say, rising from my chair, my heels clicking on the hardwood floor as I stand tall. You were blind, smug, dismissive. Now you'll reckon with the consequences. Viktor drops to his knees, his voice breaking as he begs. Deus, I'm sorry, Lena's nothing, I swear. Too late, I say, my tone cold, my eyes hard. You're nothing, fired, broke, finished. They gape at me, their world shattered, my ledger paid, my mask off. I've endured their jabs, their lies, their scorn for years, 6 years of simple Daisy while Pinnacle soared under my command. Their reckoning, his fall, their shock, is mine, a silent victory I've earned through patience and strategy. I whisper to the shadows, see me now. The room is theirs to choke in, I've already won. The study is quiet, my desk a throne of polished oak. Pinnacle's quarterly reports spread out before me, the hum of my empire a steady heartbeat in the background. Viktor's gone, his bags packed, his tail between his legs, out of my house and my life. Freja, Ingrid, and Torin followed, their pleas falling on deaf ears, their voices fading into the night like the dust they've become. I'm Daisy, their simple wife, now a queen CEO, unbowed, untouchable. His account, $523,417, is ash, rerouted back to Pinnacle. His pride, their pride, is ash too, burned by the fire I've stoked for 6 years. Freja calls, her voice cracked and trembling, barely audible over the line. Daisy, he's broken. Viktor's sleeping on the street. Help us, please. Broken? I say, my tone cold, my words deliberate as I lean back in my chair, the leather creaking softly. He broke me, his lies, Lena, the money he stole. Help yourselves. We didn't know, she cries, her voice rising into a wail, thick with desperation. You're cruel, heartless. No, I say, my voice steady, a blade wrapped in silk. You were, simple Daisy, leave the big stuff to Vic. I built this, 6 years silent steady, while you crowned him king, blind to me. I hang up, the click of the phone a final note in their symphony of ruin, their pride's ashes a sweet scent in the air. Torin's grunts, leave money to us men, are gone, dust in the wind. Ingrid sneers, basic Daisy, so cute, are ash, scattered by the truth. I've run Pinnacle, deals closed in the dead of night, billions moved while they slept, while they laughed at me, blind to the woman who's been running the show. Viktor's betrayal, Lena the cash, lit the fire, their scorn fed it. Now they burn, I've burned them, and I feel no remorse. Ingrid texts, her message a desperate plea. Vic's homeless, his life's over. Fix it, Daisy. I type back, my fingers steady, my resolve unshaken. He fixed himself, out of my life. Alive with it. No reply comes, and I smile, cold and private, the silence of victory. Good. Let her drown in the wreckage of her assumptions. Their world, his deals, their praise, their smug superiority, crumbles like a house of cards. I've built this house empire life while they clapped for him, blind to the truth. 6 years, meek Daisy, silent Daisy, my ledger full, my mask tight. Today it's ash, theirs not mine, and I'm the one who struck the match. Torin calls, his voice gruff, weakened by the weight of their fall. You've ruined us, Viktor's done, we're all done. Done. I say, my tone icy, my words sharp. He did it, stole, lied, betrayed. I watched and I waited. Family, he starts, his voice breaking, a plea in his tone. No, I cut in, my voice steel, my resolve unshaken. You weren't family, blind, smug, cruel. Goodbye. I hang up, the ashes of their pride settling around me. Pinnacle is mine, their throne reduced to dust. I've waited for this, silent, steady, enduring their jabs, while they strutted, oblivious to the storm I've been brewing. Now they're nothing, I'm everything, and the victory is mine to savor. My assistant, Nils, texts, board's thrilled, Viktor's out, profits are up 15%. Perfect, I reply, my fingers swift on the screen. Keep it rolling, Nils. I stand, my heels clicking on the hardwood floor as I walk to the window, the city skyline stretching out before me, my city, my empire. I whisper to the glass, burn, all of you. Their pride is gone, scattered like ash in the wind. Mine rises, steel strong, a monument to the woman they never saw coming. The living room is warm, the fire crackling in the hearth, casting flickering shadows on the walls. My house, my sanctuary, my peace. Viktor's back, pounding on the front door, his voice raw with desperation. Freja, Ingrid, and Torin behind him, a beggar's choir pleading for mercy. I open the door, Daisy the shadow now a storm, CEO unbroken, unyielding. Their fall, jobless, penniless, stripped of everything, has landed here on my doorstep, and this is their final plea. Daisy, Viktor begs, his clothes soaked from the rain, his eyes hollow with defeat. I'm nothing without you, take me back, please. Nothing. I say, my voice calm, my tone deliberate as I lean against the doorframe, my arms crossed. You made me nothing, simple Daisy, leave the big stuff to Vic. No, Viktor. Freja sobs, her frail frame trembling as she clutches her coat, her silver hair plastered to her face. He's our boy, save him, Daisy. You can't let him suffer like this. Boy. I laugh, the sound cold, cutting through the rain like a blade. He's a thief, a liar, I built this, not him. You all did this to yourselves. Ingrid grabs my arm, her nails digging into my skin, her voice desperate, her eyes wide with panic. You're heartless, help us, Daisy. We're begging you. No, I say, pulling free with a sharp tug, my voice steel, my gaze hard. You were heartless, basic Daisy, cute job. I watched 6 years while you scorned me, laughed at me. Torin growls, his voice a low rumble, his broad frame hunched against the rain. You owe us, Daisy, you can't do this to family. Oh. I snap, my voice rising, a storm breaking free. I owe you nothing. You clapped for his lies, ignored me. Pinnacle's mine. You're out, all of you. Viktor drops to his knees in the mud, his hands clasped, his voice breaking as he pleads. Deus, I'll change. Lena's gone, I swear. Give me another chance. Too late, I say, my tone cold, my eyes hard as I look down at him. You're gone, fired, broke, reduced to ash. You did this. They wail, their voices a desperate chorus, my ledger paid, my mask off. I've built this empire, house life, while they crowned him king, blind to the queen in their midst. Their scorn, Ingrid sneers, Freja's pity, Torin's grunts, cut deep over the years, their blindness bled them dry. Now they beg, their pride shattered. I've felled them, silent, sure, and I feel no remorse. Freja clutches my leg, her voice a broken whisper. We're lost, Daisy. Show us mercy. Mercy, I say, stepping back, my voice ice-cold, my resolve unshaken. You had none for me, laughed, sneered, dismissed me. Fall, all of you. Ingrid cries, her voice raw. Vic's starving, he's got nothing left. Good, I say, my tone steady, my words sharp. He starved me, my trust, my worth. Beg elsewhere, Ingrid. Torin roars, his face purple with rage. You're no family, you're a monster. No, I say, my hand on the door, my voice steel as I prepare to close it. You weren't family, blind, cruel, smug. Goodbye. The door slams shut, the sound echoing through the house. Their fall mine, a sweet, complete victory. I've endured their jabs, their lies, their assumptions for 6 years. 6 years of simple Daisy while Pinnacle soared under my command. They're beggars now, stripped of everything. I'm a queen, crowned in the truth they never saw coming. I walk to the fire, the warmth a contrast to the coldness of my resolve, and whisper to the flames, Rot, all of you! The fire burns bright, their ash, and I'm a flame, unquenchable. The office gleams under the morning sun, Portland's skyline stretching out before me, Pinnacle's tower, my throne, a monument to the empire I've built. I'm Daisy, 41, CEO, my suit sharp, a tailored black blazer that commands respect, my gaze steady as I look out over the city I've conquered. Viktor's gone, divorce papers filed, his name erased from my life, begging on the streets with nothing to his name. Freja, Ingrid, and Torin are gone too, their world reduced to dust, their pleas fading into the wind. My crown is truth, 6 years of silence, now a loud, unyielding declaration of who I am. Nils knocks on the door, his grin wide as he steps inside, a tablet in hand. Profits are up 20%, Daisy. Viktor's scandal is old news. The board's calling you a legend. Good, I say, my voice steady as I sign a stack of contracts. Deals worth billions, all mine, all Pinnacles. Keep it tight, Nils. We're just getting started. Freja calls, her voice faint, barely audible over the line, a ghost of the woman who once pitied me. Daisy, we're dying out here. Viktor's lost everything. Save us. Dying. I say, my tone cool, my words deliberate as I lean back in my chair, the leather creaking softly. You died the moment you scorned me. Simple Daisy built this empire. Goodbye. Mercy, she rasps, her voice breaking, a desperate plea in her tone. No, I say, my voice steel, my resolve unshaken. You had none for me, laughed, sneered, dismissed me. Rot, Freja. I hang up, their truth reduced to ash. Torin's grunts, Ingrid's sneers, Viktor's lies, all dust in the wind. I've run Pinnacle, nights spent poring over financial models, days negotiating with global tycoons, while they crowned him king, blind to the queen in their midst. His betrayal, Lena the cash, lit my rise, their blindness fueled it. Now they're nothing, I'm everything, and the victory is mine to savor. Ingrid texts, her message a final plea. Vic's lost everything. He's a shell. Help us, Daisy. I type back, my fingers swift, my resolve unshaken. He lost me 6 years ago with every laugh, every lie. Rot, Ingrid. No reply comes, and I smile, cold and private, the silence of victory. Perfect. Their crown, his deals, their praise, their smug superiority, crumbles like a house of cards. I've built this house empire life while they clapped for him, blind to the truth. 6 years, meek Daisy, silent Daisy, my ledger full, my mask tight. Today it's truth, mine, not theirs, and I wear it like a crown. Torin calls, his voice weak, a shadow of the man who once dismissed me. You've won, Daisy, stop this, please. Won, I say, my tone icy, my words sharp. You lost, blind, smug, cruel. I watched and I waited. He chokes, a sob breaking through. I hang up, my crown gleaming in the sunlight. Pinnacle is mine, their throne gone, reduced to dust. I've waited for this, silent, steady, enduring their jabs, while they strutted, oblivious to the storm I've been brewing. Now they're ash, I'm steel, crowned in the truth they never saw coming. The news buzzes on my screen. CEO wife ousts VP husband. Family falls in financial scandal. I smile, dark and private, the headline a testament to my victory. Ousts. I felled them, my ledger paid, my mask off. They begged, I refused, and their fall, sweet, complete, is my rise, sure, unyielding. Nils grins, his voice warm with admiration. You're a legend, Deus, the board's in awe. Always was, I say, standing, my heels clicking on the polished floor as I walk to the window, the city at my feet. They just didn't see me. I whisper to the skyline, truth. The city is mine, my crown heavy, but mine alone. They're gone, scattered like ash, I reign, a queen crowned in the fire of their downfall.